Well, good afternoon, friends and neighbors in Taylor County. This is J.J. Messick coming to you on a Sunday afternoon. Uh, Not sure of the date. I think it's the 15th, if not mistaken. But anyhow, y'all hope I had a good weekend. I know that we enjoyed going by Wayne Paget's little festival over at the airport yesterday, and it was a great success. I was quite impressed, folks. That was something else, man. I'm telling you what. They had music, they had food, they had all kind of military vehicle displays and aircraft, and we didn't stick around for all the festivities and events like we wanted to because the weather turned bad. I'm sure it thinned out quite a bit there. There was a good deal of rain and then some lightning and everything involved. Well, we got there in time to see some of the aircraft actually flying out to avoid that stuff. But anyway, yeah, that was quite an event, though. I'm kudos to Wayne. He did a great job on that. The organization of these type of events, and the fact that all the proceeds is going to the senior center is most admirable indeed. I couldn't be more impressed. I will say that we got this thing coming up Tuesday night, folks. It's going to be the Taylor County Republican meeting down at the Swain venue in downtown. That's going to be Tuesday night at 6 p.m. We've got our state representative Jason Schoaf is supposed to be the scheduled speaker at that event. I plan to be there with my wife, and we should hope to see you folks. I mean, it'd be a good thing to come and hear some of this stuff. I know a lot of people out there as I go door to door doing my campaign efforts and letting people know I am running, because there's a lot of people still doesn't know I'm even opposing Pam Fiegel at this point. But I hear a lot of folks just don't even want to get involved in politics, and I kind of understand that. It's very understandable, especially here of late. You know, we've got where this country is so divided that it's just put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, and it doesn't go well for a lot of folks that have to hear so much political mumbo jumbo out there. I see where they're still beating the drums up there in D.C. to try to pin the ears back on anybody involved in January 6th and see if they can't lay blame on somebody along the way, doing forced subpoenas and so forth on some of Trump's supporters. And unfortunately, some of those folks I'm seeing are in the Republican court, and of course they're always saying that there is continue to say there's unsubstantiated claims on this past election. Doesn't matter, I guess. We've got President Biden up there in the White House right now, and what we're living with today is the results of that. There's been a great deal of turmoil surrounding that election. In my opinion, there was never any real satisfactory conclusion of any investigation. They say it's been investigated and litigated, and there's even Republicans out there that's saying, "Oh, everything, there's nothing to see here, folks. Just, move on." But I'm sorry, we had seen videos. There's been thousands of affidavits that were filled out by eyewitness testimony, and I didn't see where anybody was ever prosecuted for contempt of court for lying under oath about their eyewitness accounts. But somehow or other, these things have been brushed under the rug, and we're still sitting here hearing them talk about this. I'm absolutely certain it's centered on this midterm election coming up this year. They're really running scared, and they should be. They're messing up this country in the worst ways, and American citizens and patriots in this country aren't going to stand for it. We're just tired of it. It's one of the reasons I'm in this race I'm in now. I will say about my opponent, I'm going to try to keep this not too negative, try to keep it as positive as I can, but I will say this one thing about my opponent. When I first informed her that there was going to be myself running against her in this race, she asked me why, and I gave her a couple of points, things that she had done that I was completely opposed to, like the closing of the boat ramps during the pandemic and various things like that. How she handles some of these things I didn't like. I was running against her policies in some of these areas, and now it seems like more and more I'm running against her. There's been, she told me then that I would lose the race. She said, well, you will lose, and but it'll be a good experience for you. That's pretty much verbatim what she told me that evening. So, and she's absolutely been, that was positively true. That's proven to be true in more ways than one. It's quite an experience. I've never been in a campaign mode before, and don't know if I'm doing everything I could do or right, but I know this much. It's been a learning experience, and I am gaining more and more knowledge as I go into it. And so we're going to try to keep this a gentleman's race on my side. I'm not going to mess with Pam's signs. I don't care how many of my signs disappear or get vandalized or damaged, which we have seen all that occur. It's not a sign that's going to make this race or break this race. It's going to be votes. So we're counting on you folks to show up at the polls on August 23rd and do your duty, and hopefully vote for me. It's time for some new, fresh outlooks into what's going on in this local government. Other than that, I'm just going to close this off pretty quick, folks. I just wanted to touch base with you for my little weekly report, and just remind you that it's a constitutional conservative with common sense is what Taylor County needs. And so we're looking forward to getting out this week, meeting some more people on the campaign trail, and we'll talk to y'all real soon. Y'all have a good rest of the weekend, and bye-bye.